So hello students, as you can see we are sitting with Managing Director of Matrix College. So we already have showed you the campus, the classrooms, the cafeteria, and I think we have covered every part of Matrix College. So now we will be talking with Mr. Stefan Rocher, and he is the Managing Director of Matrix, and now we will be asking him a question about the campus programs and what is the vision of Matrix College and why we should choose Montreal or the Matrix College. So Stefan, we welcome you at our channel.
Thank you.
So can you just introduce about yourself to our students?
So my name is Stefan Rocher. I'm the campus director of Matrix College, and we try to do everything is possible to align with the international students, but as well also the local students. So maybe I will talk about the vision.
Yes. So can you tell me what is the vision of Matrix College?
So with the vision and mission of the school, the vision are usually long term. So we have maybe two different axes. The first one is to be recognized for promoting international development for students. I know that it's like a pretty wide. The second one, it's maybe remain of one of the first choice for students to choose Montreal. So this is the vision. Now we have the mission. Mission, we have three missions. The first one is to provide high quality of education for our students.
Good.
So we have a different field, we will be talk about the programs. The second vision, it's one of the purpose of the college. It's to integrate students to the job market.
That's good.
Because the first one is to give knowledge, skills, abilities, but the purpose of the college, because it's technical college, it's to provide any information, support, help that will integrate them to the job market. And we get at least 90% of students, they are working during their studies. So we are like a continuing education. So one of the purpose is job oriented. And the third one, it's maybe strange, but it's to provide best attitude and behavior for students to maybe to develop their career or just to integrate a new job. So we try to integrate them to the social, economic environment in order to get maybe a better way to be responsible and accounting, especially here during the 21st century. But do you have a climate change? So a tiny detail like recycle, when you put don't put a paper and a trash in anywhere. Also to respect equity, it's also integrate to the Canadian value. So three missions. First one, high quality of education. Second one, it's job integration. Third one, it's to get a better person.
That's good. So obviously Matrix College students have a good experience, good skills. This is what I have seen from last 4 years. So can you also tell us, like, if our students will be choosing Matrix, what programs they will be looking at to study in Matrix College?
So in Canada, it's almost 38 million people. Quebec, it's 8 million people. And half of the population are living in Montreal or around Montreal. It's 4 million people in Montreal and just 2 million people in Montreal Island. Our population are quite of aging. It's 42, 45 years old. And we have a missing task force. As well, also we are pretty recognized to be like an industry game. To also, if you see around Montreal, it's also like we have a new building coming up each month.
Yes.
We have also very good needs in the hospitality, but also on the medical care, as well on the information system, and also about everything about logistics. So our program was also driven by the Ministry of Immigration to say we do have a lack of technical workers, but also to management. So we have three fields of programs. The first one was about information technology. So we have two programs, computer science techniques about software testing. And the second program is about network, virtualization, networking, routing, cabling. It's when you get a huge booming industry, it's also that many needs on this. The second field of the program is management, and supply chain.
Yes.
Supply chain will be operation, distribution, also fix everything about to get more efficient organization inside the companies. So management and supply chain. And the third field, it's about engineering related to the civil technology and the construction. So it's like a soil, could be concrete, can be also like a specific project, and can be also a drafting. Drafting about 2D and 3D, AutoCAD and Civil 3D. So three field, engineering, management, and the IT. But we also provide certification. We recently get many certification, such for the IT we get Cisco and VMware, and for supply chain we get SAP and also APIX. So our students, when they study credit courses approved by the Ministry of Education, we also use the guide, and many courses are also related to the certification. So they can also pursue on the certification aspect. Because we think that to be certified by the international institution, it also gives a label. So our students, they already get the knowledge, the skills, we work on the communication abilities, but sometimes we need to get more techniques. Our program, it's 1,000 hours, can be in 1 year in the intensive way, so 3 days full-time at school, or 2 days at school, and they will go to 2 years programs. Some students, they also get on the weekend, on the evening, very flexible. But sometimes 1,000 hours is not enough to manage all the SAP certification.
Yes.
And when you get the SAP certification and your attestation of college studies, you are not just getting a job, you are looking for your career. So this is why we promote this certification. And finally, we have a third field, it's about the language center. We try to get also the French instruction, so they will get maybe pleased to get more English second language. And also we try to stimulate the French. And last month we get also the new program, what we call French integration programs. Each student will get 60 hours of French for free, but we'll try to make sure that they don't see the French as a barrier, but as maybe a way to better understanding the Quebec and also the Montreal environment. Because when you get a French, it will be maybe easier to develop your career too. Because when you get bilingual, and many of our students, they also get from Latinos countries, from European countries, and so for Asia. So we get at least 1 or 2 more language. So we get not bilingual, we get already 3 to 4.
Yes.
So French are quite maybe an asset sometimes. So regular programs, certification, and also try to get also this integration language programs.
Yeah. So obviously, if you are learning French, you will be settling in Quebec, you will understand the community, and obviously it will be very easy for you guys to stay in Quebec. So this is not essential, obviously, that you speak French, because there are a lot of students from South Asia who don't want to learn French, but that will be okay, but 60 hours will be free. So you should claim it. You should try to learn French. At least you can speak a little bit of the French, because if you are going out, you should speak a little French. This is which our guidance is. So now we have talked about the programs and the vision and the mission. So can you also tell us like why students will choose Montreal rather than they will choose Toronto or Vancouver?
So I know that 5 years ago, Montreal came up in the international student business. And the last 3 years, I know that Montreal was top ranked, number 3, 2 or 1. Each year here, we welcome in Canada almost 600,000 students.
Yes.
So Canada, it's maybe one of the best students countries around the world, and Montreal was ranked one of the best of the best. So usually it's from like a number 1, 2 or 3. I cannot say why you need to come, but I know that many students, they are coming first. Many countries, they get some desire, and Canada, it's maybe one of the neutral countries.
Yeah. So Stefan, my next question will be like, why students should choose Montreal rather than they will go to Toronto or Vancouver, which is the first biggest city and the third biggest city. Obviously, Montreal is the second biggest city of Canada. But why students will choose a French-oriented place?
You know, at first, why students will decide to move to another country? And I think like I get my doctoral degrees, and I decided also to go to Asia and also to Europe and also to US. And so I was in the 90s, but I think around 70s, you know, it was easy to travel. It was also opening communication, and also with all the medias, everything was accessible. So first, today we have like 7.5 billion people, but many countries, they get half of the population, they are under 25 years. And they want to experiment the world, as I was one of them, okay?
Yes.
So I know that in Canada, each year, it's 600,000 students coming in here in Canada. So we decided to go sometime to different place, but at first it was more like Vancouver because it was closer to Asia, and after it was Toronto, and now it's Montreal. Now Montreal is coming back to one of the major cities. But Canada also, on its figures, Canada it's maybe the second largest country in the world, 10 million kilometers square feet, 38 million population, 8 million are based in Quebec and just 2 million here in Montreal. So it's also like the policy of the countries to attract these migrants, qualified workers, but also students. So and also the school, also they are going to many student fairs. So since 5 years, at least a decade, we see like many students are traveling. Why they decide to come in Canada and why they decide to come in Montreal? Well, Canada all the time guess that international students was a good asset. And we need also to attract students in order that to integrate them to the job market and also to get their citizenship. So Canada is like we have a native population, but you know, like since more than 350 years, we are coming from different place. So it's a natural, it's natural place that you say, okay, we welcome like US. Since the last 10 years, there was so much issue in Europe with the Brexit.
Yes.
In US, with the Trump policy. And many places that we was not destabilized, and they cannot afford to welcome so many. So Canada became one of the most attractive countries. And even today, even if Joe Biden is the new president, but it's still that here the students feel almost free, and they can be part of the European culture, but also with inside the North African business. I would say that half of our students, they stay. 20%, 15%, they go to university and continue college, and maybe 15 to 20, they go back to another countries or back to their native countries. But why Montreal? First, there is a safety. Our population here, it's like half of the girls and half of the boys. So here, if you're going to the street, you feel safe. You feel safe, and there's no pollution. Nature is here. You feel part of something. And you know that people from India, they are very close to Canadian because they share the same, almost the same history. There was a British Empire.
Yes.
English language. We talk about the French. French is a plus, but in Canada, we do have at least, I would say, 80% of people are using English at first official language. So, and there's also like maybe education. There's many places of good education. United England, it's one of the best. Many European countries too. You can get also like a good school in Australia, New Zealand, but the best school are UK and USA.
Yes.
And Canada is coming one of the second best rank. So good education. Finance. You know, here, if you live here in Montreal, even if the price raising up, but I will say it's almost less expensive place in North America.
Yes.
So here, even the tuition fees are reasonable. So this is why also finance, it's part of the competitive advantage of Montreal. So we talk about safety, we got also cosmopolitan atmosphere, European and also American one. We talk about safety. We talk also how it's easy to find maybe many activities, because Montreal is still very dynamic. Employment. I didn't talk about employment. Today we have more than 250,000 employment to fill here in Quebec. It's one of the most dynamic place in North America. Easy to find a job. So our students, when they come, they are allowed to work 20 hours per week.
Yes.
Easy to find a job. And now the minimum wage will be
13.50.
Yes. So you work, let's say 20, you get 200, you can get at least $1,000.
Yes.
You spend it $1,000.
Yes.
So,
and moreover, if you're learning French over here, government is paying you.
yes.
Yeah, so that will be an extra part that you will earn just by studying. So this is not available in any other province. So this is just for Quebec, right?
Correct. And during the COVID situation, some students, they were able to also, because they were working, to take also some subsidies and to get some government support.
That's good.
So immigrants matter here in Canada.
For sure.
And it's also part of the economic development. The future will be with new migrants as if 400 years ago. Okay, so huge dynamic bring also many students. So one of the explanation, it's also that many students, they didn't stop just with the college. They want also to go to university. And we get 4 major universities here. One of them it's McGill and also University of Montreal. They are top ranked, one of the best 100 universities. We also get Concordia and University of Quebec, which are very good in different programs. So many students, they also see, because they get bachelor sometimes, and they can go also to the master degrees. So it's, and as I say, at least 20% they will go to the university. So which is like a pretty good, so it also demonstrates that students want also to capitalize and get part of their career here in Montreal or in Quebec.
Good. So guys, I think we have covered all the aspects which we should talk about Matrix College or Montreal. And as Stefan was giving us a lot of knowledge, so you already follow our pages, so we will be putting these kind of information on the daily basis. As you can see our page, we already put a lot of informative things about Canada. So guys, also if you want to study in Matrix College, you just can visit our office in Punjab, Jalandhar and Amritsar. We are there, and we are also here in Montreal. Our head office is in Montreal and we are just near to the Matrix College. So if you want to study in this prestigious college, you can contact us. Moreover guys, we will be giving you some discounts in the fees, or you can, if you have good marks, we will be giving you a concession in the fee. So to know more about these things, you can contact us directly, or you can comment us below. And you also can share this video with your friends who are joining you to study in Canada. Thank you guys, and thank you Stefan for being in the video.
News I will share with you.
Yes, there is a little more information.
We are working to get a new campuses. It's 13,000 square feet, very close to the metro station. We get also the lab, certification lab. It's at least 15 classrooms with a huge cafeteria and also the study library. So it will be me get a place that we also want to let students to express some, because here we still have the nice also downtown, but we didn't own this building, and even if the classrooms are outstanding, we feel that we need to get more space, like the lockers, like a study room,
Okay,
like
that's
also more recreation room, more space that students can be enjoyed. Usually also we welcome 500 students per intake. We do have 2,000 students at Matrix College. So we need to find also, we need to extend. We'll keep these campuses, but we'll get a bigger one.
So students will be enjoying the university kind of facilities in Matrix.
And also we try also to get usually my dream will to get a cricket field as well as a tennis, because I'm a tennis player, but also soccer field. So we also try to get a partner institution that will also use their facility. We will not say that sport is part of the development, but yes, for me, yes. So you get the techniques, you get also a good atmosphere, but also you need to get integration, and one of the best is social integration. So this is why one of our development is also to provide better structures for extracurriculum activities.
That's good.
Because sometimes we are just focused on the studies, but not on the wellness. Well, it can be very, you can smile during the studies, but if we, give more facilities to students, get a bigger premise, will be help. That will get maybe more lecture, a conference. We have a career center. The career center, it's also how to give tips to the students to get all the help to revise the resume, to prepare them to the interviews process, to get all the best support. So the career center needs to get also a big space, and the career center needs to get also a lounge. Like students say, okay, I get my studies, but now let's get some extra curriculum activities.
Yes.
So this is why also many also cultural activities, because we also try to, Diwali, we celebrate, but we celebrate in a tiny place. So let's get a big place.
Let's get a big place,
So soon will be also some Victoria Day, Patriot Day, Saint Jean-Baptiste, it's national days, but also the Canadian. So we need to get a better place. We get also welcome parties and things. But many times we need to get better facilities. So good news, in January 2022, we must get a big opening.
Campus. Okay.
A big campus.
So even after listening this, even I am thinking to join Matrix as a student again.
Yeah. We all the time are learners. It's the best time of the life to be a student, and to get a learners. Learning all your life. I try to learn each day. I learn from different way, from people, but also from the book, from website and everything. But learning, it's maybe to keep you young and smart.
Yes. So this is it, guys. So we have covered all the parts, and I think we will be waiting for this big campus and these facilities, university kind facilities. So if you just want to study in Matrix, you want to come in Montreal, you know where to go. We have offices in India, we have offices in Montreal, and we are opening in Brampton as well. So you guys just can message us, you can comment your questions below, and there will be the links provided in the description, and there will be the links on the video as well. You will be seeing it down to the video. Just like, comment and share this video with your friends, and let them join this study journey in Canada with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reed.